Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're diving into something that could be a total game changer for your small business. We're talking about ChatGPT and how it can literally become your new secret weapon, your new digital assistant. All right, if you're a small business owner, you know exactly what this feels like, right? You're not just the boss, you're basically the entire company. You're juggling a million different things every single day. And yeah, it's exciting, but let's be real, it can be totally overwhelming. I mean, just look at this list. It's a nonstop balancing act. One minute, you're trying to be a marketing genius, and the next, you're on the front lines of customer support. Before you know it, the day's over, and you've somehow also been the accountant and the operations chief. The list just goes on, and the clock is always ticking. So here's what we're going to cover today. We'll start with that crazy small business struggle. Then we'll show you how to get some help. Think of it as a new marketing intern, a 24/7 comms assistant, and an instant data analyst. And then, the best part, how to get started right away. Okay, let's kick things off with section 1. We're diving right into that problem we all know so well, the constant grinding pressure of having to do every single thing yourself. But what if, just think about it for a second. What if you had this amazing assistant on call, 24/7, right at your fingertips? Someone who could just jump in and help with all that brainstorming, writing, and analysis that just eats up so much of your day. Well, that's pretty much what ChatGPT is. And no, it's not just some simple chatbot. This is a seriously powerful tool. It's designed to actually understand what you need and then create really good, human-like text to make your life a whole lot easier. All right, let's get practical. Let's talk about your new marketing intern. Seriously, this is where it gets really interesting, because we all know marketing can be one of the biggest time sucks out there. Just look at the difference here. The old way? Ugh, staring at a blank screen, trying to come up with something, anything, spending hours writing copy or maybe even shelling out big bucks for a freelancer. But the ChatGPT way? It's like a whole new world. You get instant ideas, drafts in seconds, and it's so much more affordable. So, how do you get these amazing results? The secret is in the prompt. That's just the instruction you give it. And don't worry, it's not rocket science. It really comes down to these 4 simple things. What's your goal? Who are you talking to? What's the vibe or the tone? And what's the backstory? The context. Okay, check out this example. It's a perfect prompt. You're telling it, act as a social media marketer. That's its role. Then the task, write 3 funny and engaging Instagram captions. You define the product, a new sourdough croissant, and crucially, the audience. Young professionals who love artisanal food. See? When you're this clear, the results you get back are just fantastic. Okay, so marketing is covered. What's next? Let's talk about another huge part of your day, customer communication. This tool can be your 24/7 comms assistant, and it's a total game changer. I mean, just think about your inbox. Every single day, you're writing emails, right? You're answering the same questions again and again. You're trying to keep up with social media comments. Well, guess what? ChatGPT can do all that for you, which means you can finally focus on, actually growing the business. And look at this number, 75%. That's not a small change. We're talking about a potential 75% drop in the time you spend just writing those routine, everyday customer emails. Can you imagine? That's hours and hours back in your week. Hours you can now pour into the stuff that really matters. All right. Now for something that can feel a little scary for a lot of us, data. But don't worry, we're going to see how this tool can turn you into an instant data analyst. Seriously. Forget about those crazy complicated spreadsheets for a minute. Let's think about data analysis in a much simpler way. It's really just about finding the story that's hiding in all your information. What's the story your customers are telling you? What are the patterns? So let's say you've got a bunch of customer feedback, and it looks kind of like this. Just a jumbled mess of reviews from your website, maybe some social media comments. You know there's gold in there, but honestly, who has the time to read through every single word? Well, you don't have to. You can literally just copy and paste all of that messy text into ChatGPT and say, hey, what's the story here? And boom, just like that, it pulls out the real insights. It tells you what people love, like the fast shipping. It points out the problems, like the confusing website. And it even gives you suggestions like, hey, people really want more color options. It's that easy. Okay, so you see how powerful this is, right? The potential is huge. So the big question now is, how do you actually start using this thing, like today? Look, the best way to learn this is to just Do it. So here's a super simple, no stress plan. First, just sign up and ask it something fun, anything, just to see how it feels. Then, give it one tiny business task like drafting a quick email. And then, once you're comfortable, try one of the prompts we talked about earlier. That's it. 3 easy steps. And that really brings us to the final and maybe the most important question of all. If you let an AI handle all that routine, boring stuff, what does that free you up to do? With all that time and brain power back in your pocket, what's the next big thing you're going to build?